Live from Chestnut Hill, the news with Brian Jennings is sponsored by Pearson Education, by Texas Instruments, and by McDonald's and Ronald McDonald.
What do you guys have? Can you just shave me some? Welcome back to the Channel 6.5 Nightly News. Our next report takes us to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, where a group of students from Beaver Country Day School? Yes, that's Beaver Country Day School, where a group of students took a calculus project to the next level. We'll take you now to our man in the field, Phil Lipoff. Phil? Thanks, Brian. I'm standing in front of Beaver Country Day School, where students Dan Traficani, Toph Tucker, and Emmy Barcelo created what started as a calculus project worth an astounding 38% of their term grade, but became so much more. The team decided to present their ideas to the esteemed thrill engineer Eugene Wilbur from Six Flags New England. Channel 6.5 was on the scene to capture this historic interview.
I am Toph Tucker.
Emmy Barcelo.
And our third partner, Dan Traficani, wanted to be here, but unfortunately couldn't.
What would you like to discuss with me today?
Well, my partners and I took the liberty of analyzing and evaluating two of your recent designs for roller coasters, Model A and B.
And what were your conclusions?
Well, because the two models are so similar in design and performance, we decided to base our decision primarily on cost.
But first, some specifics. The maximum height of A is only 4 feet higher than the maximum height of B, and the average heights of the two differ by a mere 6 feet.
Even though Model A's 141-second long ride seems significantly longer than Model B's 120-second long ride, they both are relatively long when compared to Six Flags' main attraction, Superman, which runs for 128 seconds. This being said, Model B would allow for more rides within a given day in shorter lines because of that.
Model A's top vertical speed is 100 feet per second, altogether averaging 5.4 feet per second. In contrast, Model B tops out at 50 feet per second, but edges out A with an average of 6.2 feet per second. Although Model A's maximum acceleration is an impressive 100 feet per second, the ride's somewhat flawed design allows for excessive and sometimes impossible amounts of jerk. And at the very least, it would be extremely uncomfortable and possibly painful. In contrast, Model B avoids these massive changes in acceleration, with exceptions to two specific points in the ride.
Altogether, Model A costs $7,242,396, while Model B only costs $5,470,112.
To effectively compare these similar models, we invented a method to mathematically compute the level of an excitement for each ride, factoring in length, height, speed, acceleration, and cost. So excitement at each point was calculated by multiplying the height by the velocity by the acceleration, and then we found the average excitement at all points on the ride and divided that by the total cost. And through that we determined that B is the more advantageous model of the two. Model A came to, these are sort of arbitrary values with not knowing model, but for Model A it was 0.001636 excitement per second per dollar, while Model B totaled 0.001675. So yet again, Model B came out on top.
Considering the vast difference in cost, the overarching question is Model A $1,772,284 better than Model B? Considering all factors we've discussed, the answer is obviously no. Ultimately, we decided that Model B is far superior to Model A.
Impressive work. Have you ever considered designing your own roller coaster?
Funny you should ask. We've recently made plans for the greatest roller coaster known to man.
Our ride, Cobra 4 Dragon Strike Epsilon, is a record-shattering stratocoaster combining classic thrills with innovative new elements.
Good God.
The ride starts out like any ordinary roller coaster, with a suspenseful climb to an impressive height. The train stalls for a brief moment until being shot forward at incredible speed by a system of hydraulics. As this is happening, the floor drops out from beneath the riders, and the train switches from a floor roller coaster to a hanging roller coaster, adding an unprecedented thrill element. The train will plummet down a steep drop, only to be thrust back upward. The train will reach a record-shattering height before plunging back down in reverse, switching back to a floor roller coaster at the bottom. The ride ends as brakes slow the train to a halt.
Sounds spectacular, but we would need some specific calculations.
Well, my friend, you're in luck. We happen to be carrying all of our specific calculations with us today.
Immaculate.
We decided to formulate all our ideas by creating a height-by-time graph. In doing this, we discovered that we could plot the ride's structural elements by coming up with a series of linear and trigonometric equations. These equations also allow us to find velocity and acceleration at any given point.
The engineers at Intamin AG, the firm that designed the Kingda Ka, will surely be crying themselves to sleep tonight. They will be sorry to hear that the Cobra Force Dragon Strike Epsilon shatters 2 records that the ride at Six Flags Great Adventure currently holds.
At least.
Our coaster's maximum height reaches a staggering 575 feet, smashing Kingda Ka's record by an incredible 119 feet. Cobra Force Dragon Strike Epsilon is 26% higher than the Kingda Ka at its highest point. Cobra Force Dragon Strike Epsilon averages an impressive 220 feet high. Excuse me.
Eugene, people like to go fast. Our roller coaster does not disappoint. Cobra Force Dragon Strike Epsilon's top vertical velocity is a whopping 74 feet per second with an average vertical speed of 16 feet per second. The hydraulic launch system propels the train in excess of 220 feet per second or more than 150 miles per hour.
Most laudable.
Our estimate placed the cost of Cobra Force Dragon Strike Epsilon at around $25,177,350. Kingda Ka cost around $25 million, so for a comparable cost, we blow away their stats. Models A and B can't compare. They're nice little things, but right here is a world-class coaster. And to put it bluntly, this is the best thrill on the face of the earth.
Inspiring. There you have it, a physical manifestation of excellence. Back to you, Brian. Thank you, Phil, for that interesting yet unnecessarily detailed report. Up next, why the best people on Earth take interest in math, writing, film, and algorithmic art. Stay tuned. Immaculate.